Morning, artist in recovery, Mr. Darrell. How are we doing today, sir? Yes, we Weaver Zero has been California, a little nippy out here. It's 1:47 in the morning, West Coast time. It is the 17th. Actually, it's the 13th. I'm losing track here, dude. Still 2024. Going on to YouTube's and watching stuff. One of them was dealing with Marjorie Taylor Greene train wreck, blathering at Steve Bannon about how she didn't like things not happening her way, and therefore she wants the Speaker of the House removed. Speaker of the House Johnson, this guy I didn't think I'd like. I still am not quite so sure about this schmuck. I mean, if he was picked out by the rest of the Trumplicans, I kept thinking about this guy not being a good guy, but at least he's working with Chuck Schumer and trying to get a budget going, or at least getting a continuing resolution going. Still trying to fund the government one way or another. And the Trumplicans out there, managed by Marjorie Taylor Greene and every other idiot out there, want the government to be wrecked. And they're saying so. They're saying it out loud. They want the government wrecked. Because they don't want this and they don't want that. They don't want Johnson to succeed. They put him over here, but he's working for them. Well, yeah, in Congress, that's what you do. You compromise. That's how government works. Lord, which. And she's getting nailed left and right. Hell, she was starting to do her lewd act when I think Hunter Biden already left. She was trying to get the attention at that point, trying to embarrass him. She's got this mental illness going on in her head. Like she's got to insult everybody. Otherwise, she doesn't have a purpose in life but to insult people left and right. She wants to be the vice president of Donald J. Trump. Okay, be part of the prison chain gang. That'll work. When he goes to jail, you can join him in jail. They'll find some charges, trump you up on a damn thing if need to, put you through some woke uh, judges and prosecutors, railroad you, because that's what you love to be doing is getting railroaded, and then you get to join him in prison. Maybe become a cellmate. Who knows? No, you'll be going to women's prison. Damn. So much for him. I can make a sick joke out of it. You know, I've seen some of the other independents on social media doing the same damn thing, and they're making a pure joke about these people. They are a joke. They want it to be a joke. They don't want to be serious enough to take care of the government. They don't want to. That's not their job. Their job is to be pain in the asses. Because that's what the people keep voting them to be. Hence, what I said it a long time ago in my videos, I blame the voters. They don't care. The people who keep voting in these freaking idiots who make themselves a complete joke and idiot and treat the government system and everything else as a complete waste. Why are they there in the first place? If they're not there to serve the people, what are they doing? Serving themselves? Good Lord. When you're running for Congress, you're supposed to be running for something a little bit noble, something nitty and gritty, but nothing like this. This is like kindergarten. It's no longer a government system, it's kindergarten. They'll bitch, they'll gripe, they'll complain about the other person, and they'll pull their hair, laugh at them, and say, "It's the other guy did it, he's woke." So this is where we ended up in, isn't it? Chop in his mouth. Oh, I love that. In a civil trial, he tries to make it political in the last few seconds. and he gets stopped by the judge. We already know he's going to get fined. It's only how much the judge is going to be throwing a book at him on this one, and also maybe collapsing the empire of the Trumps. If that wasn't fun enough, then we've got a prosecutor out in Georgia who's getting an issue here, uh, purportedly of a situation that is or is not relevant, or is it legitimate? And that's got to be going through the judicial examination. I'm not saying any more further on that one, dude. That's crazy. That's just crazy. So they're still talking about him. It's talking about how dangerous he is and whether or not the Supreme Court of the United States is going to be voting to say, okay, well, he's covered by immunity, or maybe he's not covered by immunity. The thing is, as I look at the situation, uh, it's not that I couldn't care less about this point over here. It is damn deadly serious. If a president who actually left the office, throw in a hypothetical, okay, just throw the hypothetical in this one, and he still does grievous acts, is he still considered covered under executive privilege, or is he just a citizen? If he is still considered a citizen, then he's subjected under the laws of both local, state, and federal. And Trump is facing this one. Trump is facing this one. All the crap he did in Congress, they tried to impeach him twice, but the Senate wouldn't go for it. They wouldn't do it completely. They didn't get the 2/3 necessary. And if they did, they would have kicked his ass out. And then Pence would have been president for a time. So I'm hoping maybe the Supreme Court will get off his collective dead ass and say, yes, he's a citizen still. He doesn't have the power anymore. So he's subject to the laws. But since we're talking about a political season where he's running for office, does this or does this not protect him? Is he going to be protected under immunity because he's a candidate? Or is he still subject to the laws? He ought to be subject to the laws. We are. We all are. But a lot of us keep forgetting about that one. Or at least some of us want to go crazy enough to say, screw the law. And that's what Trump's doing. And making sure his followers do the same damn shit. Screw the law. Screw the Constitution. Screw what makes America. If that wasn't bad enough, how about Greg Abbott and his mouth out in Texas border? How about this one, state and federal? Shall we talk about this one? Abbott is still pissed off concerning about the immigration situation happening at his border, left and right, to the point where he's barring federal troops or federal officers from doing their job. How about that one? He's barring them physically. So now they got to go to court and fight this one over. We are dealing with federal versus state, and we're also looking at territory here. This is going to be something down the road here, pal. Now, why I say this one? Okay, Texas is bordering uh, on Mexico, but we're also bordering on a few states. The borders that we have are also governed by commerce because it's interstate commerce we got going through the borders left and right, and that's federal, and that's managed by the federal government. It's Department of Commerce right there. The border is still a Homeland Security situation. We have border patrols, but the state is also trying to protect its border as well. They used to work with each other. Now they're working against each other. because Abbott's got this burr up his ass. There's another thing that they're afraid of what Abbott's doing besides doing his shipping while it's still warm weather. How about shipping when it's cold weather and the cities are suffering through it? They got their own situation happening with the cold weather, trying to keep the homeless populations taken care of. Not to mention their old denizens in their inner cities, uh, taken care of, protected because of the cold weather, going to be screwing them over one way or another. See, I have no experience in this one here. I have no experience in this one here, dude, man. I can deal with the sunny, warm weather we have over here. At nighttime, it does get cold enough out here in the Antelope Valley, where we are getting about 20s or 30s. Hell, at one time it got to the teens. I remember years back moving into this place, we had that feeling where it was cold enough. Lucky enough, I lived in places where the pipes didn't burst. My mother had been living in places like that in her youth, and she kept telling us when it got colder, we had to get a little bit of a dribble in the faucets, so we didn't get the pipes busted. We had to have some kind of fluid going through it. Otherwise, if they stayed in there, the pipes would burst. Get frozen enough long enough, boom, and that's nasty. I took her at her word on that one. She was born in Minnesota. Either that or Tennessee. No, either that or Utah. One of those two places. But I think no. Grandma was born in Tennessee, and she'd been raised in that kind of situation. And my mother was also raised in that kind of cold weather environment. Raised out here in California, I wouldn't even know what the hell freezing was unless it was about 20 to 30s. And then here, we had last week cold weather hitting in. My teeth and my gums are hurting because of the cold weather. So, for me to deal with it, outside, bundle up with a t-shirt, long john, hoodie, and a jacket, padded jacket. I was still freezing. And I had thick gloves that we usually use for snowball fights and stuff like that. And they were still freezing. Sweating up a storm and they're still freezing in there. But I'm getting neuropathy in my fingers. I have neuropathy in my fingers, what am I saying? And these things hurt, even in those gloves. But when my mouth starts hurting, I get this damn thing to work right. Alright. How's this grab you? I don't even know how you people breathe through this damn thing. It's claustrophobic. But I have to wear this damn thing outside when it gets colder. I mean, really get colder. I just got this damn thing last year. And I wasn't quite sure if this thing was going to be needed or not. But man, this thing was needed. So, and no, this is not for a costume. Basically keep my ears warm enough. I mean, I'll deal with the shivers in the shirt. And I got a long john I was wearing over here for that. So I can deal with that. I can sleep with that kind of comfort there, somewhat. Or just sleep with a hoodie. So I am not used to dealing with back east. I hadn't been back east. Not quite sure if I'm planning on going back there either. Even during the winter time, believe me, I've been watching this stuff growing up as a kid. Although in my adult, how you guys tried to deal with this kind of stuff. It gets intensely cold in those cities. I wouldn't even be able to deal with it. 40s to 50 degrees, okay, fine, maybe get a sweater or something. But we're talking about teens, we're talking about negatives. Forget it. You going into planes and you're feeling that kind of negative pressure and you're feeling the temperature change like that. Forget it. No, I'm West Coaster. I'll deal with the temperate environments we have over here. Hell, even up north in Washington and Oregon, they'll get it, and even in Idaho, they'll get it. But out here in the Southland, we don't get it. Of course, we're going to be getting the cold temperatures in the Antelope Valley, the lower deserts and the higher deserts, with the wind chills going on. Yeah, we'll feel it. If we are concentrated in cities out here, we're somewhat protected. I mean, we don't get dropped down to the tens. We hadn't done that in years, but we've had it recorded at night out there in San Fernando Valley and maybe in Los Angeles. But yeah, so yeah, knowing how it feels. I was listening to Bo the Fifth. I was listening how Justin was trying to tell people how to survive this stuff. I had an issue with this one here. My issue was I'm dealing with a guy who's Floridian. How does a Floridian know about cold weather unless he's constantly been dealing with it? Unless he's a prepper and he's been dealing with preparations but hadn't dealt with the cold spots every single year. Now I know up in the East Coast and right by the Great Lakes and also along the Atlantic, you guys also get roasted and melted. I know. I've been watching it. Watch the weather channels like crazy. See, listening to the meteorologists, looking at the weather patterns left and right. Doesn't make me an expert. I'm just trying to stay ahead of the curve here. And seeing how sometimes we can get roasted out here, but then turn around and become like a frozen wonderland, temperature-wise. But I'm thinking, how does a Floridian understand that intense, that cold, unless she's been through it? He never explains this kind of crap, you know? 7 or 8 videos or 7 to 8 minute videos don't tell me shit. Give me some more detail. Give me some meat. Not this flavoring he's doing on us. Politics, okay, fine. He can muse about politics left and right. I called him, I said in my comments in there, and I'm not taking it back. He ain't a meteorologist, all right? Is he a prepper? Okay, I can understand it. If you can see a prepper, and maybe he's got some experience, okay, fine. Make your street cred. Other than that, where's my street cred? I understand about geology a little bit and how to not freak out as much concerning about earthquakes when they happen. You have to have a supply of water, and out here these days we hardly ever have that. Unless, of course, we're dealing with preppers who deal with spamming the cans all the damn time. Bomb shelters and other kind of places that they have over there, kind of crushed to death by geologic forces. But out here, oh hell no. We got sedimentary rocks over here, and if we have the water table disturbed just enough, liquefaction. Screw the ground and buildings left and right. We can make them shake proof, but we can't make them sink proof. Food? Well, let's see. You got plenty of canned food. That's one thing. Vegetables are one thing. Spam's another. Limited water. You can hardly do anything with the damn thing. Fuel? Shit. You're lucky enough you can get fuel as it is. The only thing you get is natural gas, gasoline, charcoal if you need it. Rip it off from somebody or go to the stores and rip them off. Fast food dehydrated prep shit. Well, let's see for dehydrated fast food prep shit. The microwave dinners, the Hormel stuff that you set in the microwave for about a minute, and then you get this hot dish in a plastic container. You get this food. All you got to do is just open the damn thing up and just eat it that way, if you have to. Plenty of spam, bread if you got it, crackers. Cheese is a different story altogether. Cheese will spoil, but you have to have something cold enough for the damn thing in the first place. Now, for the first few hours, if you actually have a power outage out here, what I've been doing these days, well, we actually had occasional power outages, and we've been having them left and right out here, is having blue ice constantly stored takes up half the room of my freezer. And the rest of the half is other things I'll eat if I have to. Breakfast food or hamburger, hash browns, ravioli. But for the most part, I got several blue ices ready to go, plus an igloo and a Coleman's, ready just in case, so I can or stuff in it. Keep the milk and the other stuff cold enough. If I don't disturb the refrigerator and just keep ice in certain bags where food's already stored, I'll keep it alive for about 8, 12 hours if I'm lucky. Sometimes I have to rotate the blue ice. If it's still frozen enough in the freezer, I can still refreeze the blue ice and still use them when I need to. Bread I don't worry about because it doesn't need all that much refrigeration, but it's the rest of the stuff in there. I'll let the goops and the sauces go bad. Just keep my milk, my butter, my cheese, my, I just say milk, eggs. Those will be needed. Those I can use. Everything else can be tossed. If it's leftovers, they're automatic. I mean, automatic meal right there. Just get it done and get it over with. Eat it cold if you have to. And then what's left outside is what I have to deal with. Now, if I've got limited electricity or limited fuel, I can make more coffee. Folgers crystals work. If I have a supply of dehydrated milk, powdered milk, that's a creamer right there. Dehydrated eggs, scramble it up with a little bit of heat and water. Get yourself some eggs fixed. Of course, open up a can of Spam and you'll have to use the whole damn thing. There's no way to salvage that damn thing. Peanut butter, rice cakes, they work. Kid you not. Keep them stored in plastic bags. They don't spoil as much. Well, I can have rice cakes if I need to. How about that one? A few bottles of juice, but not much. See, I'm not very much into prepping. Just day-to-day survival. I'm still dealing with a damn bug war over here with the damn cockroaches all over the damn place. So I have my food constantly out in the living room. Constantly in different containers, airtight. Even plastic bags. So the food's not spoiled. It's not contaminated. Hell, if I want orange juice, I got Tang and I got Gatorade mixture. How about that one there? For exotic, well, somewhere over here I got Hamburger Helper. That works. If I want toilet paper, I got a little bit of toilet paper left. I still got to get some more. It's not a whole bundle of this shit I got anyway. Rice and beans. Well, beans, I don't know what the hell happened to them. Rice, on the other hand, I got them in a few storage containers I can still use. So I try to look at the stuff I've got right now that I can and can't use. When it comes to an earthquake survival, you use what you got. You use what you got, and then you have to beg, borrow, and hopefully not steal from the other neighbor what you're going to need for survival. Or better yet, raid the stores left and right for everything else. I'm still constantly aware of that. But I wouldn't know what it's like to live in a winter storm. I mean, yeah, the idea, the concept of a winter wonderland, yeah, but no, 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 no. Arctic storms, when they shut down places left and right, trap people inside where they can't get enough warmth, they start using space heaters, gases build up, and then they can't breathe. You know, I've got a portable generator right behind this laptop on a desk, charged up constantly, ready to go. It emits fumes. I can't use this for my CPAP. I'll use it for cell phone charging if I need to. But I can't use it for my CPAP. Unless, of course, I've got adequate ventilation for the gases to vent. Otherwise, I'm going to be suffocating. Try that one. You ever use Christmas lights, dude? Battery-powered Christmas lights. If you keep up with the batteries, if you keep up with the buttons and the double A's, you have a little bit of lighting source. I've been using the plug-ins, but I've also been using the batteries, battery powered, and I got to get more batteries for those things. Even the ones around the Christmas trees will be offering a little bit of lighting. Not much limitation, but you know, it's better than doing a candle. And I don't have any waxy candles. But I have to use that sparingly. I'll probably have to get me another radio. Because the battery-powered piece of crap I've got right now doesn't work. I mean, good for a flashlight, but that's about it. But when it comes time for picking up the radio stations, it's shot. And this is the kind of crap I got from Walmart, too. But that's how things are going right now. That's how things are going right now. So, this is not just for decoration wearing the hat. It's a bit nippy in here. But I'm not feeling it as much. Because I still don't want my face to start hurting up again. I know there is a couple of guys out there on the independent medias out there that the left-wing nut jobs out there are going after left and right. Or actually the independents they call themselves. But they have a field day over these extreme right-wing nut jobs out there. I'm not saying their names. I already know what their damn ugly faces look like anyway. One of them wears a cap all the damn time, looks like he's a fur face. And there's another guy who's got a complete fur face, and he's talking shit out of his ass. And I'm listening to this stuff, I'm like, oh my god. Oh, no, no, no. Either you're doing it for entertainment purposes, or you're really that stupid. Both of these guys. They're both young men. Yeah, ignorance is stupid. Knowledge is power. But depending on how you use it, that's the story in it. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. My body's saying, sleep. So I must sleep.